Hello there everyone, welcome back. So today guys, we're going to put our R&R on the side a little bit and we're going to try out this new DIY detail rinseless wash. Well, it's new for me actually. And I'm going to use it in my setup using my tools by applying the same principle the DIY detail guys suggest. And yeah, we're gonna run it as a snow foam through the Worx Hydroshot attachment. And basically the idea is what they're suggesting is the first thing you do, you pre-snow foam your car with a rinseless wash and you knock out the loose grit dirt so that we avoid getting it on our wash mitt, or in this case the sponge, so we don't really abrade the paint. And one thing that the guys mention is that when you run a snow foam that is really runny, that has a lot of liquid in it, like in this case we have, it will actually knock out more grit like sand, or literally like dirt and stuff like that, quicker than a snow foam that kind of clings to the surface. However, advantage of a snow foam that sticks to the surface is the fact that it might break down a bit more of that road film, oils and all that stuff. So there are advantages to having both snow foams. However, I think prior to the contact wash, I think this is a bit more essential, you can say, because in the contact wash we're actually going to remove that road film. However, what I would add additionally, I would want to add some all-purpose cleaner in the lower half of the vehicle. Doesn't matter how it would be applied, via snow foam or via pump spray. So now we're just going to rinse off the car, rinse off that grit that's encapsulated in the rinseless solution, so to speak. I only used half of the bottle, in which I added 25 ml of pure concentrate, which is quite cost effective and economical. So now I'm just adding an additional layer of rinseless solution to add some slickness to our contact wash and perhaps potentially even knock out more dirt if that's possible. The sponge should be on the verge of dripping. It allows us to collect more liquid off the surface, and the dirt is actually encapsulated in the liquid, and in theory the sponge actually is better for collecting water than the wash mitt is, than the microfiber sort of fabric is. Well, I believe there's some truth to that. And also, as you can see, it's not just a regular sponge, but a sponge that breaks down into squares if you apply a bit more pressure to it. So it's kind of safe, and it feels very, very smooth. If you buy the sponge at the beginning, it might be really kind of hard, so to speak. It's not as soft, but after a few washes it softens up a little bit, and it's really, really nice to use. You can get this solution, I bought a gallon for 50 pounds, which is nearly 3.8 liters, and use the code forensics for a 10% discount. I used 10 liters of water mixed with 40 milliliters of concentrate for the wash itself. So as you can see guys, I picked up a lot of dirt from the lower half of the vehicle, and now I'm going to put it in the bucket, rinse it off a little bit, and all the dirt is gone. So this rinseless solution does work really effectively. It covers all the requirements you need from a car soap, even more I would say. Lubricity, it foams up nicely as well. It rinses off freely, which I want to talk about as well actually, because the difference is between a regular snow foam. Snow foam really clings to the surface and gets into places, and it's a bit harder to rinse off. Whether this rinseless solution in combination with its surfactants, it's very, very easy to rinse off. It's runny, and that's perfect for me because I use less water, and to me it's actually crucial. I want to use less water because I can carry a limited amount in my mobile sort of business, so to speak, which is kind of cool. So all the steps that we took in pre-washing the car will result in us having a relatively clean bucket of solution in which we dunk the sponge or wash mitt into, and it will help us to eliminate really using the two bucket method or the multi-mitt method, although you can use it if you want. However, I don't think it's really essential. So in addition to the polymer that the rinseless wash leaves behind, I add some surface prep, and I'm using my new microfiber drying towel, which is a bit smaller than I use, but it's absolutely amazing, and it absorbs liquid like there's no tomorrow. Amazing thing to use. And why I use a surface prep, which is a bit an untraditional, unorthodox to some people, in my appear, is it cleans, is the solvent based chemical which cleans the oils that might have been behind. Maybe not 100%, but it definitely boosts the cleanliness of your paint. Yes, it might degrade waxes that or sealants that are on your car. However, I can easily, you can, or I can easily reapply them anytime. That's just the reality of all of it. If you wanna sort of take your cleanness to the next level, the surface prep will do it for you. What it will do in the long run, I'm not saying you have to use it every time, but maybe every third wash or so, but what it will do in the long run, you will see that your clay bar will be a lot cleaner than you versus you not using it. It's just the truth, because there's so much traffic film on the roads that it's actually, especially when you live in an industrial area, it's essential. And as you can see, guys, I have been recently doing a lot of videos where I leave the wheels for the very last step, because I want to dunk my brushes into the rinseless solution bucket, which I use for the contact wash and the paint. So I dunk them in afterwards, because quite honestly, the bucket is not that dirty at all. But it will get, after dunking the brushes into, after cleaning each wheel, it would get really, really nasty. But that's what the rinseless solution is there for, and it's quite effective. So we clean it just like we would normally clean the wheels. And in addition to that, you know, if you get any kind of overspray on the paint, you can easily just wipe it down with your microfiber drying towel. And I just decided to use the rest of the solution to rinse off the dirt with the rinseless with snowfoam wash. And it kind of worked, to be honest. It just emulsified and turned into liquid basically. And I used some, you know, drying wax just to give the wheels a bit of a gloss, and it worked really, really well, just like in my previous video, really. So unfortunately, after I finished cleaning the wheels, it started raining, but when the rain stopped, I used my drying wax to dry the car again, using a wax this time, and the same kind of towel, which is amazing the way it absorbed liquids for its size as well. And I dried the car, and it actually, the end results were great. I mean, there's so many ways you can go about it. You can be so creative in how you want to go about it, and how many kind of techniques you can use with this rinseless solution. It's just endless. But anyway, this is all I want to say about DIY. I approve it. It's an amazing product. I will use it in my next videos as well, guys. So thank you for watching, and thumbs up and comment, and see you in my next video.